Imagine launching a token that skyrockets to a market cap of $400 billion. It becomes a top 10 token in all of crypto, and you're on top of the world. You're celebrated at conferences, VCs are throwing tens of millions of dollars at you, and you've even got simps all over Twitter. But just a few weeks later, you're responsible for tens of billions of dollars being wiped off the market like that. Oh, and you're also facing 8 criminal charges of fraud, and prosecutors in New York are after you. This is the story of Do Kwon, who was just extradited out of Montenegro, where he was being held since March 2023. He was the target of an international manhunt for weeks, and he was finally caught and arrested at the airport in Podgorica while attempting to board a private jet using a fake Costa Rican passport on the way to Dubai. Even Montenegro's prime minister chimed in by posting on Twitter and saying, "Today, Montenegro completed the extradition of Do Kwon to the United States to face charges in the Terra Luna case." By the way, Do Kwon just made his first court appearance in New York, where he's facing a potential 130 years, if convicted, of course. And yet, he pled not guilty to all charges with a smile on his face. But wait, how did we get here? Let's back up a bit. Do Kwon could talk a lot of shit, and I mean a lot of shit. Take the time he mocked British economist Francis Coppola. No relation to the director, of course. The economist warned that algorithmic stablecoins could fail during panic sell-offs. Do Kwon's response? "I don't debate the poor on Twitter. And sorry, I don't have any change on me for her at the moment." Charles Cascarilla, one of the co-founders of Paxos, cast doubt on Luna's underlying technology in an interview last year. Do Kwon responded with the epic, "What the fuck is Paxos?" Whatever you want to say about Do Kwon, he quickly amassed a massive following who called themselves lunatics. He raised $200 million with backing from prominent VC firms, and the valuation quickly snowballed to more than $40 billion. He even named his daughter Luna. Even Mike Novogratz, chief executive of Galaxy Digital, which invested in Terraform Labs, announced his support by getting a Luna-themed tattoo. Bet he regrets that. But what exactly is Terra, Do Kwon's company, and how did he convince so many people to hop on this train? After a brief stint at Microsoft, Do Kwon left to develop a novel payment solution based on blockchain technology. He called it Terra. It launched in 2018, and its stablecoin, called Terra USD, short for UST, drew in millions of users to work with the company. These weren't players in the minor leagues either. Terra raised funds from giants like Binance, Arlington XRP, and Polychain Capital. What makes UST interesting is that it was an algorithmic stablecoin. A stablecoin is pegged to something stable, like the US dollar. In other words, it really wasn't pegged to anything. It worked in tandem with the Luna token, which was highly volatile via a complex mint and burn equilibrium mechanism. So Luna was meant to absorb UST's volatility, and as long as everyone believed in the system, they'd be able to maintain the stability of UST. Then there was Anchor Protocol, which promised 20% yield APY on your UST deposits. Anchor's 20% APY, by the way, was not just a side attraction. It was the backbone of the entire ecosystem, and it drew billions in UST deposits. It all sounds so rational and sustainable. What could possibly go wrong? By the way, I put money into Anchor. Even my dad put money into Anchor. Guess where all that money is now? Despite skyrocketing to $119.51 per Luna, it took only a matter of days, not weeks, for the entire ecosystem to unravel and become worthless. Luna's price hit near zero, with UST getting depegged from $1 and crashing to 11 cents. More than $45 billion evaporated in less than a week. As Terra was falling apart, Kwon didn't just hit the brakes, take some time to reflect. Instead, he doubled down. When UST slipped in May 2021, Kwon struck a deal with a high-frequency trading firm to artificially keep prices up. Kwon also claimed that the Luna Foundation Guard, short for LFG, was governed by independent parties ready to deploy billions of dollars to defend UST. What was happening behind the scenes, though, was that Kwon actually controlled the entire thing. In fact, there's this famous tweet now, which I guess we can consider his last words: "Steady, lads, deploying more capital." Then there was Mirror Protocol. One of Terraform Labs' wildest promises was that they would provide a platform for decentralized stock trading, which sounds amazing on paper. Behind the scenes, though, Kwon was using bots to manipulate synthetic stock prices. Then there's the Chai connection. Kwon bragged that Chai, this Korean payment app, was using the Terra blockchain to execute billions in transactions. That turned out to be a total lie. Chai was actually using traditional financial networks the whole time. So this clearly wasn't a case of bad management. It was very, very clearly fraud. Do Kwon? More like don't Kwon. After Terra's collapse, Kwon vanished. South Korean prosecutors issued a warrant in September 2022, but Kwon was already out, living it up in Singapore. When the Singaporean authorities came for him, guess what they found? Nada. Nothing. Then officials later tracked him down in Serbia, of all places. He kept posting a line, though, laughing and scoffing at the idea that he was a fugitive. All the while, authorities hunted him across different countries. He even tweeted out stuff like, "I'm not on the run," while literally being on the run. Like, bro, why can't you reveal your location if you're not on the run? Then, in March 2023, they finally caught up with our old boy. Kwon got caught. The US wanted him, so did South Korea. Guess who won that battle? In the end, Montenegro handed him over to New York prosecutors. Legal experts say that the US is way less forgiving than South Korea, where sentences are typically lighter for financial crimes. What's worse for Do Kwon is that the case is being handled by the same New York office that took down Sam Bankman-Fried. So things are not looking very good for Do Kwon right now. Kwon's lawyer called the extradition a systematic subversion of Montenegro's laws. But come on, bro, this bozo faked documents and tanked the market. And with all this, it's insane when you think about it that Kwon would plead not guilty with a straight face and a smile. If you're into crypto and degenerate stories like this one, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, Valery Yoshi, and you've been watching Degen Reports. Ciao.